Hi there, this is Miro from onlineparadigms.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to migrate your WordPress website from one hosting to another. We all marketers know that if we want to do SEO, we need a bunch of websites, and sometimes we want to transfer them, and we want to migrate all website with all the content, and um, the support from the web hosting sometimes is not really open to do it, or there are some fees and stuff like that. So I just going to show you how to do it easily for yourself, even without any kind of plugin or tool to do that. Okay, so here I'm in my web hosting account. This is the reseller account, so that's why it looks like this. And first thing that what we want to do is to create a package. So I click add the package, and here we need to call the package something. So I always usually I call it the website names, which website name I'm transferring is uglyart.net. So this is our website, so that's how we call the package. Now this quota usually 10,000, monthly bandwidth 10,000. That's what I usually do. We can adjust that later anytime anyway. Here we want to set something different than unlimited because that sometimes causes issues. Okay, so now as we click add. It's creating package for us. Sorry, it's creating the package for us. Now we want to create a account. So here we create a new account. Sorry, the computer is some kind of slow. We're doing some updates. Now here we want to call it whatever the domain is. So it's uglyr.net, and this is going to be populate our password. And the email, which usually we can do like info. Okay, so here we choose that package that we created just earlier, which is uglyr.net, and these are our name servers that we need to remember. Okay, so we need to remember this and this on the bottom, and we will use it later, so it's a good idea to copy it and save it for later. So I'm gonna just find the notepad and save it for the later reference. Okay, I know the next one is 764, so I don't need to really put the other one because I know this. So next thing what we want to do is to click create. So now we create our web hosting account. Now we have our website here still at the old web hosting account, so we want to go there and download our database stuff and our basically our WordPress installation, right? So that's what we need to do. And the last thing later, we want to go to wherever we registered our domain, whatever is the domain's register. You need to go there and update your name servers as the last thing. But Now we want to go to the cpanel of the old register, sorry, of the old web hosting. So here we are. Now we want to click File Manager. Here public HTML or web find wherever are your files for that particular domain. Yes, this is the one. So what I want to do, I just usually click compress on public HTML and click zip, archive, and compress. Now it's all compressing and putting all our files and stuff from our WordPress instance installation together, so we can easily download it and upload it onto the new server. Right, that's it. Here we have it. So just click here on it and download. It's gonna download to your local computer. And now, once we have this, we can close. And what we want to do is we want to go to MySQL databases, where it says here databases, MySQL databases, and create our database. Oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong here. We want to go in our new web host account, which is here. Let's go to the cpanel. Right, and here we want to go to where it says MySQL databases, because we need to create the database for this domain, where we will later on upload our files, our older database. Some programs, sorry about that. Okay, now we are here. So there is no any database, so we want to click create the database. Name. Usually it's called something like this from the old register. You can create the same one, but it doesn't matter. You just need to remember whatever you called it. So now in this case, it's ugly art v wrdp1. So I could create a database. Right, so remember, this is the new web hosting account where we want to transfer our domain. The database is created. Now we need to create a user for the database and assign it to the database. So here we just scroll a little bit down and we can see it says MySQL users. So usually I call it the same as a database, so it just doesn't so it's easy to remember. And here you want to use some password. So we're gonna generate some password in password generator, right? You just want to remember it or generate new. You know, if you don't like that or previous one, you can always generate any order. Now we're gonna use it. Create user. Now user created, so just click go back. and now we just assign the user, right? So here we have our add the user to database. Here we have our user, and here we have our database, right? Remember, we called it the same, so we just click add. Now we have copied the password for the database. It's important to remember that password. So I'm just gonna paste it here next to the our name servers. And the last thing here, we need to give all privileges and make changes. Right, so now we go back. Now we created a database, so now we just all we need is to download the database from previous, from old web host, which is this one. So I just need to go to where it says databases in cPanel, databases, and PHP my admin. It opens a new window with a PHP my admin panel, where you basically the admin panel for managing your databases. And here we have our database on the left side. So what we want to do, we want to click export. Export this database, click on the database. Yes, that's the one. And click go. Just remember, you need to have you need to click first on this database here, so it displays here. Otherwise, it won't download. So now we downloaded our MySQL database, so we can actually now close this window of the old register. We can go and upload our downloaded databases and our downloaded website, WordPress info, and all the things. So files. So here we go. So you just go to the cPanel again, and again same thing. File manager. Remember, in the new register, the new web host where you want your website to be, you go to your file manager, and you go to your public HTML. There is nothing good, and here in the main window you just click upload here, and you upload your file, your zip file of your WordPress files, basically, that we downloaded previously. Remember, not the database, not SQL file, but the public HTML zip file. Okay, so we just click open. Now it's gonna take a little while. It's gonna upload a couple of seconds. It's ready 100%, so we'll go back. And here we have our file, public HTML. So what do you want to do? We want to click on it and click extract. Where we want to extract it, right here. And if you accidentally extract it somewhere else where you don't want to have it, it doesn't matter, it's fine, you can always move it later, right? So I'm just going to show you. Now, here we have our extracted files, all here in public HTML file subfolder folder. And now what we need to do, Now we need to go to wp-config.php file and click edit, right, and open that file. And in the meantime, before we go to our phpMyAdmin control panel, right, to import our database file, SQL file. Okay, here we have our database created. We just need to import the files there. There's nothing under, so we just click on the database which we want to use and click here import. Everything leave as it is, just here choose file, choose our SQL file, and click go. In the cases when the file is bigger, when it's a bigger file of the bigger website, you will have to do upload via FTP clients such as FileZilla, because phpMyAdmin allows size of the file, I believe 50 megabytes maximum. So with small websites you usually fit right under 50, but with a bigger website it's definitely over 50 megabytes, so you will have to use FTP client, which I have other video where I show how to use FTP client FileZilla. So now we have our database here. As you see, all the files are here. When we click here on the WP options, we see our website uglyr.net. It's there, everything's perfectly as we want. So now we can close this and we can go to our WP config file, and here where it says here is the name of our database. It's the same as was the old one, so we don't need to change. But in the case you typed in the different name of the database, different than the old one from the old web host account, you need to change it as well. But I have it same. All I need to change here is the password for the database, right? So I just go ahead here and I change the password and click save changes. Now we can close the window, and the very last thing that we have to do is to go ahead to our domain register and update our name servers, right? So I have opened our my register of this domain, which is the Namecheap. Usually all the registers have it kind of same. Just look for the domain and look for the where it says name servers. Here we have it. This is the old name server. These are the old name servers, and here we have the new name servers. You always have the two, at least two. And here I just know it's just one number more. It's 764 instead of 763. So 764 and click save. It says it usually takes up to 48 hours, but in my experience it's usually within an hour ready. Sometimes it's almost instantly ready. So this is all that you need to do. Our domain is probably already active on the new register. We'll see. We can always check whether it's old register or the new one already, because yeah, it's working. But let's have a look in the whois.com tool, which is the domain check tool where you can check the information about the domain whois. who is the owner of the domain, and some kind of info, which register and which web hosting. That's why I usually use it, because most of the times you have the privacy there anyway. So let's check. No, it's still the old one. You see, it still has the old name servers here, but it doesn't matter because it's gonna change sooner or later, because we just clicked here. Sorry, we just submitted our name servers here, and that's it. That's all you need to do to transfer the website or migrate the whole website from one web hosting account to another, right? So this is the new one. This is the old one, right? There were two different web hosting accounts, and we just transferred the domain from one to another. So thanks very much for watching, and talk later. Bye bye.